Every business owner in the world is asking the same desperate question. How do I find new customers? They spend thousands on Facebook ads. They beg for attention. They scream into the void of an algorithm that doesn't care. And the entire time, their perfect customer is standing in line at their competitor's store, fuming. She's not a stranger you need to convince. She's a believer who's been betrayed. And betrayed believers are the most powerful force in commerce. Most people will never understand what I'm about to tell you, not because it's complicated, because it's too simple. And simplicity makes people suspicious. Welcome to Engineering the Mind. Let me tell you about a barber named Marcus. Real story, changed the way I think about everything. Marcus opened a small barber shop in 2019. 3 chairs, 1 employee. A strip mall in suburban Georgia, right next to a laundromat and a phone repair shop. Nothing special. Across the street was a franchise, one of the big ones. 15 chairs, walk-ins welcome, prices that undercut every independent shop in a 5-mile radius. On paper, Marcus was dead on arrival. For 6 months, he barely survived, averaged 4 customers a day, considered closing. He did everything the internet told him to do. Posted on Instagram, ran Google ads, handed out flyers at the grocery store. Nothing worked. Then one night, Marcus did something strange. He went on Google and Yelp. Not to look at his own reviews, he read every single 1-star review of his competitor across the street. Every single one. He noticed a pattern. The complaints weren't about price, they were about dignity. People felt rushed, ignored, disrespected. So Marcus printed a small batch of cards, simple, black and white. They read, "Tired of being treated like a number? Bring in any receipt from across the street and we'll give you 15% off your first cut and an experience you'll actually enjoy." He handed those cards out in the parking lot of his competitor's shop. Within 3 months, Marcus had a wait list. Within a year, he expanded to 6 chairs and hired 2 more barbers. He didn't outspend the franchise, he outlistened them. He found people who were already dissatisfied, already emotionally available, and he gave them a door to walk through. Marcus understood something that billion-dollar companies spend fortunes trying to figure out. The easiest customer to win is someone who's already lost faith in your competitor. Now, here's where society gets it wrong, and this is the part that might sting. From the moment you take your first business class, your first marketing course, your first entrepreneurship seminar, you are taught to think about customers as blank slates. Define your avatar, build your persona, find your niche. They teach you to go find people who have never heard of you, people who have no context, no emotional connection, no reason to trust you, and then convince them from zero. That is the most expensive, most exhausting, most soul-crushing way to build a business ever invented, and it is treated as gospel. Think about what they're really telling you. Go compete for attention against every ad, every notification, every distraction in the modern world with someone who doesn't know your name. Meanwhile, right next door, there is a human being who is already angry, already primed, already looking for an alternative, and nobody told you to simply talk to them. This is the trap of average thinking. Average thinkers chase the unaware. Exceptional thinkers collect the disappointed. Average thinkers try to create demand. Exceptional thinkers redirect existing frustration. Water doesn't push through the mountain. It flows around it. It finds the cracks. Your competitors' 1-star reviews, those are cracks, and every single one of them is a customer waiting to be rescued. But you were never taught to see it that way, because seeing it that way requires you to study your enemy, and the system teaches you to only study yourself. So here is the mechanism. The real one, the one that separates people who struggle for years from people who build momentum in months. It is called emotional arbitrage. In finance, arbitrage means exploiting a price difference between two markets. In business, emotional arbitrage means exploiting an experience gap between you and your competitor. Your competitor charges the same price as you, but they deliver frustration. You deliver relief. The customer pays the same money, but the emotional value they receive from you is 10 times higher. That gap, that delta, is where empires are quietly built. The actionable shift is this: stop asking, how do I reach new people? Start asking, who is already suffering under my competitors' broken promises? Go read their reviews, study their complaints, map their failures, and then build your entire pitch, your ads, your signage, your social media as the antidote to that specific pain. Run the ad, say it plainly. Tired of long lines and rude staff? Bring in their receipt. We'll give you a sympathy discount and a better experience. That's not aggressive. That's not petty. That is a public promise. You are telling the world, I've studied the pain and I've built the cure. You don't need a bigger budget. You don't need a better location. You don't need a viral moment. You need to understand that dissatisfaction is the most underpriced asset in the entire economy. And right now, someone is walking out of your competitor's door, frustrated, overlooked, invisible. Be the person who's standing outside with an answer.